Welcome to Reading Wisdom by the author James Lynch and his ever dutiful note taker, Poeartistry. Welcome to Reading Wisdom, Perceptive Readers. In an effort to help keep my mind in a science fiction flow, when you have so many other things that you have to think about in life, you see, I like to listen, as you know. In times past, I used to like to watch a lot of movies or shows on just regular TV. Now, I told you that at least over the past year or so, just being able to sit down and enjoy, my favorite seat with, with a favorite beverage and to watch a favorite television show, like a science fiction show, and even my westerns, as you know, Wyatt Earp or what have you, it just doesn't come around on a regular basis, and especially not on a daily or weekly basis. If I can do it at least once or twice a month, sometimes I'm happy to be able to do that. Well, this is something that still helps me in my own office, and I've meditated on this one book quite a bit, on several books over the years. That I was very much interested in the television series, and as you know, I've encouraged you that whenever you enjoy something and they do end up having a product uh, that you do value because of their skills, their acting, or what have you, then you do your best to support them. You purchase that energy that certainly has given value to you. So there are some books that I pulled out my library, and the one that I'm actually looking at right now in my hands has to do with Babylon 5. Now, I've mentioned it over several commentaries over the years, yes. And I still post those videos from time to time, in my links, Tumblr, and I don't think I placed them on TikTok yet, but I'm sure I will one day. All the same, I looked at the preface of the book to find out all the information. One, the Babylon 5, called The Final Reckoning, The Fate of Bester, was written by J. Gregory Keyes. However, it was based on the original outline by Michael Straczynski, Michael J. Straczynski. That's the way I'm going to say his last name. I mentioned what a great series it is. So the thing about it is, Bester was a recurring character with a very interesting view and background on the world, you see. And so I wanted to actually read the book, maybe more than one paragraph, if you will, maybe at different excerpts or what have you, to add in these editions of not only Reading Wisdom, but also Poeartistry Gold, to take some points away from it, like I did in the commentaries you see, of the movie, the TV series, that I wanted to share certain points that gave me meaning, and I'm pretty sure gave you some meaning. It's the same thing with this book that I found very fascinating, not only in the writing, but the concepts and why this character Bester truly was the way that he turned out to be in the series, even more so than what was covered in the series. It was covered in this book, and I'm telling you, it some of those um, pages, some of those writing, the development of this character really did something on a level sometimes where I'm telling you, if you're not moved by the reasoning and the writing that he did this, then I would be very surprised, and that's why I want to share some of that with you, some of these things with you. I don't have any specific length of whether I'm going to read one or two paragraphs here or there or what have you. But all the same, I do want to read some of them to you. And I will make crossovers for reading wisdom and also Poeartistry Gold just for now. Okay. And so here are at least some of the credits. So this would be like at least a part one to this Babylon 5 Final Reckoning, the Fate of Bester, you see. But here are some of the credits that he mentioned. He mentioned that that this book contains an excerpt from the forthcoming edition of Babylon 5, The Long Night of Simpertari Prime by Peter David. Okay. And he went on to give a lot of credit to copyright, laws and things of that nature. All rights reserved going to Warner Brothers. All rights reserved under international and pan-American copyright conventions. So I just wanted to share the same thing with you. And if you look this book up online, you can see how many agencies are still involved with the total rights and credits. And so that's all I want to share with you, because there was an aspect again of this book that even way back then, even though I paid full price for this book, they actually had made a way for educational purposes that they were allowing companies or people who wanted to buy in bulk for educational purposes, see, they'll actually use these books. Isn't that something? And so normally when you see people who do things like that, and companies, they normally give you a lot of leeway with the way that you're using it in your classrooms or what have you, how much you want to dive into the different paragraphs and chapters you see after you purchase them. And so all I'm telling you is I've purchased this book. You have found my commentaries, at least some of them, educational. And in this reading wisdom, this is still one of the books I want to use to continue to, keep my mind in that mode of science fiction writing as well. Take care of yourself, perceptive reader.